Jiggy cat on a damn feeling spree. This is Nagato, and you can't mimic my energy. 100 rounds drawn, and me hanging like a centipede. Hey everyone, it's me Nagato's Revenge here. Hope you guys are having a great day for today, and welcome back to the channel. For today's video, we're going to be talking about on how to play classic PlayStation mobile games, aka PSM games, onto your modded PlayStation Vita or your modded PlayStation TV. But with that being stated out the way, we're just going to go ahead and get straight into the prerequisites. Anything that I state in terms of, any homebrew or anything we need will be in the link in the description down below. Of course, just like any of my other videos, this includes written guides as well. But the first thing you of course need is a modded PlayStation TV that is already hacked in some shape or form. So whether if you're using a Trinity, Henkaku, H-On-Core, H-On-Couture exploit, as long as your device can run unsigned code, you're basically good to go for this. This does work between firmwares 3.60 to 3.73. So if you're using this on 3.60 Henkaku Enzo, which is what I'm using for today, you're good. If you're using H-On-Core on 3.65 to like 3.73, you're also good as well. One thing I do want to state in terms of VitaShell, you could go ahead and install the latest version, which is 2.02. I will have once I edit this out, I will have a card on the screen right now showcasing on the change logs. I know with version 2.01 it did introduce PlayStation Mobile the ability to refresh PSM games. However, there is a bug within that version, so even you having VitaShell that's on version 2.02, you can still do it, which brings me to the next thing that I'm going to be talking about today, which is OneMenu. And this is the bypass I kind of found on how to get this working, since if you try to do this on VitaShell, the games won't load at all. So basically VitaShell is just going to be the substitute in terms of installing Autoplugin.VPK and just putting our games onto it. But to get our games to refresh, we're just going to be using OneMenu, since the OneMenu developers basically had a fix for that. But assuming that you guys did understand all of that stuff in terms of VitaShell and OneMenu, make sure it's of course the latest version. You also need Autoplugin.VPK, since we're going to be needing NoPSMDrm, which allows us to run the PSM games without having the official licenses to it. You can use any PSM game of choice. Some other prerequisites you'll definitely need is PlayStation Mobile RunTime package. I will definitely have that in the link in the description down below. If you do not have this, none of the games will work, since it's kind of required for this process. And as well, you either need a USB charging cable or FileZilla FTP client to transfer your files over today. Depending on how many mobile or PlayStation mobile games you're trying to do, I do recommend just using the USB method in terms of transferring your files over, since anytime you use FileZilla, depending on your internet speeds, it may take longer than usual, and USB just saves time without having corrupted files. But with that being stated out the way, I know I was rambling a lot. Let's go to the PlayStation Vita and as well to the PC to get this set up. Alrighty guys, assuming that y'all followed every step that I stated in the prerequisites, we're basically good to go for the Vita side of things. So first things first, go ahead, turn on your PlayStation Vita. Make sure you already have VitaShell version 2.02. You can see in the left hand corner that I am on 2.02, and just go ahead and open up this. I'll also have VitaShell, as I stated, the latest version in the link in the description down below. What we need to do as of right now is to take our USB cable via from our PC to our Vita. Make sure it's connected in if you're going to be transferring files that way. If you're going to be transferring files with your Wi-Fi, make sure that your Wi-Fi is on, of course. But what we're going to do now is just go and hit start on our PlayStation Vita. Make sure if you're using Wi-Fi, just have this set to FTP. But if you're going to be using USB like me, what we're going to do is connect our PlayStation Vita to our PC, and then what we're going to do from here is download all of our files and start transferring over from VitaShell. So I'll meet you guys on the PC for that. Alrighty guys, assuming that y'all on the PC and you got your PlayStation Vita connected, what should happen, you should see your Vita kind of mount up just like a USB. Yours may not say PlayStation Vita, I just rename mine that, but as long as you see all of your contents in this folder and you notice that this is your PlayStation Vita, you're good to go for this process. What we're going to do as of right now is just go and download our files, or I'm just going to showcase our files here. So here's the latest version of Autoplugin.VPK. I will have this in the link in the description down below. Here's OneMenu.VPK. Here is PlayStation RunTime, the PlayStation Mobile RunTime application. This is very important to have. Without this file right here, which will also be in the link in the description as well, you basically won't be able to run our PSM games. Here are all my PSM games, and it's very important that you already have a folder called PSM. So on your desktop, wherever you get your PlayStation mobile games from, just create a new folder and just type in PSM. I'm not going to do that since I already have the folder. And then inside that folder, just go ahead and put all of your PlayStation mobile games in. One thing I do want to show you before we even get started in terms of transferring our files over, let's go to the official GitHub just for OneMenu. And I'm just going to give a quick rundown on what it is. So RunMenu for the PlayStation Vita is a simple to use UI which separates the installed games and apps into categories. So that's basically the general synopsis of that. If you guys do want to read some other features, I will have this in the link in the description down below as well, and you can see the changelog. So if we look at the latest build, actually, if I go into releases, you can see that version 3.15 right here has added support for PlayStation mobile games. If I go to VitaShell, what I was talking about earlier in the prerequisites, you can see how from version 2.01 15 days ago it had the ability to PSM, but the official flow basically reverted this back because there were some bugs and errors that something was happening with VitaShell, and basically it will just close out the actual application. Thus, this is why we're using OneMenu just for the bypass for that. But assuming that you guys did understand that, I'll show you guys where to get the downloads from. Of course, what we're going to do is go to our PlayStation Vita's partition, or basically UX0, since we already mounted it via in VitaShell. What we're going to do is take our PCSI0001 folder. I probably said it wrong, but this is the PlayStation Mobile Runtime application. I will have this probably in a .zip. You'll just have to unzip it. All you got to do is just take this folder, drag it to applications where normally your PS Vita games go. I already had it on my PlayStation Vita, but as showcased here, it's already transferred. Your PSM games, if you don't already have a PSM folder on your console or basically on your Vita, just go ahead and create one, or just you can drag and drop the folder from here. So for example, I already have one on mine. All you got to do in terms of this is just transfer over my 3 PSM games. So it's 1.19 gigabytes, so it won't take too long, so I may pause the video right here. But also what we need to do as well on the PlayStation Vita, take our OneMenu.VPK, since it's crucial we have this, and Autoplugin.VPK, since we're going to be needing to install the NoPSM plugin. And then that's basically it. What I'm going to do now is cut the video right here. I'll come back in 16 minutes. I don't know why I said 40, but whenever this thing is fully finished, I'll come back to my actual PlayStation Vita, and we're going to get this fully set up on the Vita side of things. So I'll meet you guys once it's done. Alrighty, so as showcased here, guys, if we go back onto my PlayStation Vita, everything has successfully transferred over right now. But before we even go to our PlayStation Vita and get everything set up on that side of things, let's just verify that all of our items are here. So let me just maximize the screen here. You can see that OneMenu.VPK is here. I'll also have Autoplugin.VPK here. PlayStation Mobile, you can see that all of my 3 games have successfully transferred. And just one more time, let's go back into the applications folder, and here is PlayStation Mobile Runtime application. So once you got all of your stuff into the correct directories, what we're going to do now is go back to the PlayStation Vita and then get this set up via with Autoplugin and everything else. So let's go and do that. Alrighty guys, so once you already transfer all of your files within VitaShell, what we need to do is go into UX0, since that's where we transfer all of our files to. What we need to do first is go ahead and install our VPKs. So just go and install OneMenu.VPK. And then once OneMenu.Vita.VPK is installed, what we're going to do as well is go ahead and install the latest version of Autoplugin.VPK. If you already have Autoplugin.VPK and even OneMenu Vita for this process, you could go ahead and skip these steps. But I'm just going through everything so everyone is on the same page. So I'm just waiting for it to hit 99%. So okay, it's all done. Let's go and install Autoplugin.VPK. We're just going to install this package here, and then just say yes again. And then once both of these two VPKs has successfully installed onto our device, what we're going to do is go into Autoplugin.VPK, because there is one crucial plugin that we need to install before even getting set up with the PlayStation mobile games and all of that fun stuff. And without this plugin, PSM Games wouldn't run, since it's basically bypassing the DRM, just like NoPSMDrm PlayStation Vita titles. So I'm just waiting for it to do its thing right now at 99%. If it could hurry up. Okay, so now it's done. What we need to do now is go back into VitaShell itself, or excuse me, not VitaShell, but Autoplugin.VPK. So if Autoplugin is new for you, you basically won't see the bubble flashing up and down. But as long as you have Autoplugin on your device, just go to it and launch it. Once it's fully launched, what we're going to do is go into install plugins. So plugins for PlayStation Vita, click X, install plugins, hit X again. Depending on where you want to install your plugins to, UX0 or UR0, just go ahead and toggle L and R. Whether if you want to transfer your stuff to UX0, I usually keep all my plugins in UR0, but the plugin we're going to be focusing on today is NoPSMDrm. So the one from FraneGar CJ version 1.4, so this one right here. And as stated right here, it allows you to bypass DRM protection for PSM game content. So all you got to do is just hit X to install it, and then it's already installed. What we're going to do now is hit start onto our device. So just hit start, and then it will say your PlayStation Vita will restart. So what we're going to do as of right now, I'll basically record once my Vita has restarted back onto our device, and then what we're going to do is check that the plugin's installed, and then we're going to go into OneMenu. Alrighty guys, so as showcased here, basically we're back onto my PlayStation Vita. It has now successfully restarted. Before we even get into OneMenu, let's go into VitaShell and check if our plugin has successfully installed correctly. And the plugin we're going to be looking for is NoPSMDrm. So let's just go into VitaShell, launch it. I'm just waiting for it to do its thing right here. Depending on where you installed your actual plugin at, whether it may be UX0 or UR0, just make sure you have it in the correct directory. So here's VitaShell. Didn't know why it took so long, but I know I have my plugins in UR0. So yours may be in UX0 tie, but for me, mine is in UR0 tie. In this folder right here, if we go into config.txt and we scroll all the way down to, let me try to find it. So yeah, line 15, it showcases here that, and it states that NoPSM.DRM SKPX is here. I can't even talk today, but you can see that it's here on the screen. And as well, under this one right here, NoPSMDrm SKPX, you can see that the actual files in this location. So what we need to do as of right now, since we verified our plugins are successfully installed, we need to go back out from here. We already installed OneMenu for PlayStation Vita, so let's just go and launch that. And then once OneMenu showcases on the screen, what we need to do is hold down start on our console, and then it will get into system settings. You want to go ahead and install where it says reload content, and then just hit OK, and it should automatically find your PSM title. So now it's installing. If you get this error, it's normal. Just go ahead and hit X, and then it'll basically boot back into PSM. If we go back, you can see that one PSM game is here, and you just got to do that for each reload content for how many PSM games. So it's going to do the second one right here. I know it's pretty tedious that it doesn't do it all at once, but you can see that all of my PlayStation mobile games is booting back up. So if I go back into my live area once again, you can see I have my second game here. And last but not least, let's go and just repeat the process over. Since I have my third game, it's just going to give that little error message, and now this should be music sync. Then it's going to give another error message. So that's the little error message here. Just go and hit X once again. Then you should get back into OneMenu. If we go back out, you can see that all of these are PSM mobile games. So as showcased here, PSM mobile games have like a special type of live area, and it will kind of look different than regular Vita titles. However, what we need to do, let's just go ahead and play a title of our choice. So let's quit out of this, hit OK. and then it should automatically launch as long as you did everything correctly. Make sure you already have PSM Mobile or RunTime installed, which is this package right here. If you already if it's your first time, you may have to say okay to this, since I already had it installed and I had the actual application already extracted out, which will be in the link in the description down below. That means you're basically good to go. But let's say if I wanted to try to run another game, you can see that it boots in just fine. And that's how you basically play PlayStation mobile games on your PS Vita. Since PSM mobile games got delisted a long time ago, it's pretty cool that we could still kind of archive and preserve, you know, whatever games are still out there. If you guys did enjoy this video, please be sure to leave a like, please be sure to comment, and please be sure to subscribe. But with that being said, my name is Nagato, and I'm signing out. Thank you guys for watching. Peace. Hey everyone, it's me, Nagato's Adventure. Hope you guys did enjoy today's video. With that being out the way as well, I highly do recommend that y'all guys go ahead and follow my social media so you never miss any of the latest hacking guides and tutorials on my channel by subscribing to me and hitting that notification button as well. It's another method on how you will know when I drop my latest content, whether it be for the Vita, PS4, PS3, and such and so forth. As well, if you want to be in the mix of things and you want to join my official community, you could join via the link right now showcased on the screen and join my Discord that way. And if you do want to support my channel in any shape or form, you could become a patron. I will have a card right now. But with all of that getting out the way, hope you guys really did enjoy this video, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace.